We are live. What are we going to be talking about, Mario?
Oh, well, I was just talking about the last episode,
Uh-huh.
and I mentioned that I was rusty, and it was so I when I started out, and I know we're going to get to it if we keep going,
Yeah.
but I was talking about the Mountains of Madness scenario,
Mm-hmm.
replayed in a much edited and changed, hopefully more creative, adding to the creativity, I should
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Uh, but what happened was we started in 1930, and there's a 3-year lapse between when we run that game because I do it chronologically.
Uh-huh.
And it was also a good idea to run smaller scenarios. And normally I just come up with my own. I do I have prepared scenarios for the Victorian period, which I had worked on, the superhero period,
Mm-hmm.
and so those two things. I love the pulp. That's and I we I have so many plans, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if we could stay on it and if it works out for everyone.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, that's the deal. I think I'm just now reading a book called Writing into the Dark, where this guy talks about you don't want too much outlining. You want to discover it as you go.
Right.
Have you ever ran a game where it took you places to where as the guy that was running it, you were surprised where it went, and you
Oh
had to
yeah.
just let it go the way it went.
Well,
Is that
as a
or is that
player,
the
the game manager. I don't like the word master. The
okay?
game manager, um, it has to have certain perimeters. You have to have a
Uh-huh.
setting, and within
Yeah.
that setting, as long as you know the basic architecture of where you are,
Mm-hmm.
then you can act in that, and that affects the story. Then, so in that case, in that sense, you are dictating the direction of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So,
good for you. You took um, improv, and that would certainly come in handy.
Oh, I had one improv class, and it was almost like thrown out by a guy that was bored in terms of like saying suggestions for the Toastmasters group. We ought to do improv.
uh,
And we took one class, but it was very well guided in terms of like he had us doing things that I assume it would take a couple of classes to get through all of what he led us through in one night. It was fun.
Ellis,
You learned that anybody, the moment you stick them up on stage, they can sit there and collapse into themselves in a way, but their mind is going to start to click, and it will come up with something if you put them under enough pressure. It's funny that way. And I got here and I actually wanted to explore it again, but it's so small around here in terms of the market. I don't know. I'd probably have to drive 60 miles to get to an improv class. Okay, I'm sorry. I went
Ellis,
off on a tangent.
Ellis,
We're going.
to answer your question, kind of, even though you're asking Mario, the group that I played D&D with, we played right before the pandemic. Our thing basically ended a little bit after the pandemic started, but
Uh-huh.
we played for probably 3 or 4 years, and we played an introductory adventure that was written. I mean, it wasn't even a full blown. It was a published adventure, but it was the Dungeons and Dragons introductory adventure. And their thought was you would take about 6 hours to do it. And we played for 4 years because we explored everywhere in the town. We went on all these different side quests. We were doing things. We were trying to mess with the politics in the town. We had captured some sort of creatures. I don't know if they were goblins or what they were, and we actually went after we fought these goblins that had stole this treasure and tried to ambush our caravan. We got one of them. we got out of him where their camp was, and we went and raided their camp and drove them out of the area. So like Mario's saying, you prepare, but all this stuff was in the thing, but it's not what they expect you to do but we just
Sure, it branches in ways that you just can't
you
foretell.
don't know what your players are going to do.
Mhm.
Right. Well, because a lot of times you don't know what you're supposed to do if you're the player.
Right.
So if you're just coming up with stuff, and we ran across some goblins, and one of them, we fought them, and one of them survived, and we captured it and made it talk. And so,
In fact, the first thing I was going to do was ask each of you to summarize what's happened so far.
Well, we've all met at this lodge and been told that there was an expedition that went in a disastrous thing. And there's unknown forces about to be at an auction that we need to be there for.
Nobody said unknown forces at there's a device.
Oh, there's a device. Oh,
And you met at the university, and we actually.
I know.
You just spent the day learning a spell, magic spell.
Oh, we did.
Is the
I don't
Boreas
remember that.
spine. Yeah, oh, you don't. Okay,
Oh,
well,
I didn't put that on my
join the club.
I wrote it down though.
I remember I forget half the things.
So we went to the college and we kind of met up in the professor's office, and then
Right.
we went down to the library.
You were in the library.
Well, we went down to the library.
Everybody was in the library.
And then there was I forget the guy's name, but he was talking about the device.
Finch was the one that sent you the telegram.
Lionel Finch.
Oh,
He sent you the telegram because he's concerned about this Palfrey, who claims he invented a disintegrator machine, and Finch, who already knew the Palfrey and had sized him up as a second-rate scientist, inventor, is wondering how a guy with that kind of knowledge or limited knowledge could come up with something that is beyond the science of the 1930s, which was just 1930 actually, right? 1930.
Yeah.
So that's what the telegraph was about. There were other things. Remember Torhast? You still have that guy on the bulletin board there to go after him to find out where he is and what. And let's see. I think Viper's contact in New York City said that he's looking out for Torhast activities to through the grapevine, see if there's any gossip about him or any tips.
Now we were going to the city where the auction was, right? Because we were going to get there early and scope it out.
The White Front Hotel.
And
Why does it say Kingston? Hey, Kingston, is that a character or not?
No, Kingston is a city, the closest city.
Okay.
And
in the White Front
I got to
Hotel.
tell you that they practically. I have the books for these towns up there in that area in the Cthulhu mythos, and they have almost every single residence a description.
Oh, really?
Wow.
It's and they're pretty well written too.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, there's that. In terms of talking about branching. Yeah.
So you could, you can do that if you guys want to wander through Kingston, you can do that. And there's plenty of hooks. They've got all kinds of hooks to lead you into pretty elaborate or complex scenarios.
Wow.
Which would be the equivalent of an episode, or not maybe a whole series of like a Flash Gordon cycle, the whole story.
Serial. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The whole serial.
Mm-hmm.
With
a segment.
scenes,
Yeah.
with segments.
Or whatever.
So what do you want to do next?
Episode.
So you guys are gonna, you're gonna kind of push the path. I know you're anxious to get to the hotel early and size it up, which certainly makes sense, just in case there's something there that will give you an edge.
I think, is it late at night? What time of day is it now?
Well, now you're on
Well,
the
we
next
could
day.
be, in terms of like for drama, we could be running the clock could already be ticking. We have to get there in a hurry because the
Well,
auction's
that's
just
why I'm
about to
asking what time.
occur.
That's why I'm asking what time it is.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
it was the auction was 2 weeks away.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So we have a little bit of time.
So the first day you learn the Voyage spell. I'm surprised nobody asked what it does.
Oh, what does the Voyage spell do?
You learn the spell and you don't know what it is. That's not good. One demerit. Okay.
We will not know until we cast it.
No,
don't
you
know until
do
you
learn.
cast
You know what it does before that because you had the what was his name, Arnold, who is in charge of the occult section of the library, tell you what it is and what it does. And you can fail too. There's always a chance you're going to really mess up. So you have
Sure.
to be very careful with spells. But what it does is it will make visible the invisible.
Mm.
Ah,
So in other words, you can see spirits, and now you haven't tried this spell yet, so who knows what'll happen.
and we're all capable of casting this
No,
spell.
just the two main characters.
Two main characters. But
Okay.
so do we know? Does the spell have a price? I mean, will it cost?
If you fail, it does.
Okay. This is Cthulhu after all.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. The from beyond angle of the resonator showing up all
So-
the
So
creatures.
there is to answer your question, there is a price, and that's why you don't have a million magic users running around.
Right. Okay, I didn't know. So this will probably not be something we'll cast in every room that we go into.
No,
Oh,
you got to do a ritual. There's words to be spoken. You have to be able to focus. If you don't focus
Okay.
and something goes wrong, there are different consequences
Okay. So we
depending
will.
on your dice roll.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So Ellis. So what time of day is it, Mario? Do we know?
Well, we're on the second day now
Okay.
because you spent the afternoon learning the spell,
Okay. So
and it's
so-
evening. It's evening.
it's evening, the second day.
Yeah,
So we're still in the town that the original university's in, correct?
in Arkham. Yeah.
Arkham.
Okay.
Okay, it's in Arkham. Okay, so Ellis, would you like to go out and maybe we can explore Arkham? Or, I'm sorry, what's your character's first name, Ellis?
Viper.
Does he go by Viper?
Yeah, let me see what his whole name might be. I had it up here just a
I
second
actually
ago.
printed out your character sheets.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
got
I
it
got
somewhere.
it. Vincent. Hey,
Vincent.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Hey,
Vincent.
Vinny. What do you say we? It's evening. Why don't you and I? We'll leave the henchmen here at the hotel to pack or unpack or whatever they're doing. Why don't you and I walk around Arkham and maybe grab a bite to eat? We'll just see what we see.
I think that is a great idea as a way to get to know each other and see how you think, see how I think.
That sounds good.
I am
Well-
horribly scarred and changed.
Arnold runs up, the professor who is in charge of the arcane
Vince,
section,
yeah.
and says, I think you'd want one more spell. I've got one more spell for you.
Okay. Lay it on us. What do we need to do? Roll dice.
Spend another day
Okay.
learning this spell,
Okay. We got weeks.
which is a sign that protects you, that can protect you,
Okay.
Protection spell.
a protection spell.
Okay. That's
So
interesting.
You both have to roll.
Okay. What do we roll
I'm going to say your mind for the time being
on a 20?
on a 20.
Okay.
Using because you haven't broke it down into percentiles, so you're going to stick
No.
with the 20s.
I
Increment
got
five.
a 4 and I need an 8. My mind's 18. So
Okay, so and you also had some experience with magic. Now, eventually, we're going to just if we ever get to that point where it's good for everybody, we'll have magic as a skill.
I rolled a 1. Is that incredibly good or incredibly bad?
that's good.
That's incredibly
Okay.
good.
Okay.
In fact, that's not a success, but beyond a success. Critical.
Yeah.
Critical.
Okay.
It's a critical
So, let's see.
success.
Yeah, I mean, odds 1 in 20. That's pretty good.
Okay. Now, what happens is roll a D4,
Just Ellis or both of us?
just Ellis.
Okay.
D4. I remember that one. It's the triangle or the pyramid,
Pyramid.
right?
Yep.
And you read in your case, it's the top number.
3.
3. Okay, so that's good. And all of a sudden, you just have this realization, and your mind goes up 1 point.
Oh, good. Because I think I'm a little bit of a dummy.
So you can change that on your sheet, and I'm going to do the same thing
Sure.
on your sheet over here. I
I
have
don't
it.
have my sheet.
So that's important. Vincent Malone.
Okay. I should change that somewhere on
Now
my.
this says 17.
Oh, really? Is that good?
What do you have?
Me?
Ellis characters
Ellis.
PDF.
Oh.
Let me look. I have
You-
Vincent has. We're looking at
mind.
mind. I
Yes.
have 4. I have 14. What am I
No,
supposed to have?
Yeah, make it 17. And in
Okay.
fact,
Can't
because of
edit.
that lucky roll and that revelation, you get one. You're up to 18 on your mind.
Mind is 18.
It does not affect the other rolls. It does not compute to the other skills.
Okay, so I'm still at
characteristics.
14 energy and 20 body, 14 will, strength is 18.
I'm looking at a different character sheet here. I sent you you know what happened? You haven't found the one I sent to you because I typed this out and I sent it back to you.
Oh, really? Oh,
So-
okay. Well, I'm maybe just be looking at something old then. I
You
don't
are.
know.
You're looking at something old. But do you
Okay.
want to write down the correct numbers here? Because I have them
Sure.
here.
Let me go ahead and do that now. Okay, I've
you
got
had some
the
unlucky
mind.
rolls, and this is your main character. So
Okay.
he's
Go
a hero. So right.
So body is what?
Okay. This is what I have written down here.
Okay.
Body is 20.
All right.
Energy is 17.
17 energy.
Mind is 18.
Okay.
Coordination is 18. Will is 18, and strength is 18.
Okay. Got that. Well, the only
Yeah.
difference then was my will was 14 and you have it at 18 now.
I wonder. Wow.
So it wasn't much different. And considering we just edited the one.
That's right. And you had a very lucky roll.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
actually those first two, the energy and the mind were
No, I mean tonight you had a very lucky roll. Got a 1.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. I'll edit that. When I find something editable, I'm open. I've got a PDF open right now, and I can't edit
I have to
it.
confess I don't remember how that happened, but
What?
let's move on.
Okay.
So you both learn the spell,
Okay.
All right.
and it's called what is it called? It's just called protect. Call it a protection
Okay.
spell.
Okay. Nice.
It's actually you have to trace something in the air and say the words correctly. So you both learned it, and you rolled a 4, Scott.
Yes.
Right? So that's pretty low. So you both learned it.
Okay.
And you don't lose. You still have to lose a little bit of sanity.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
So D4s, 1d4 sanity.
Here we go.
Oh, I got 2.
A 4. Okay, here we go. Oops. I didn't. I got a 4.
Okay, and let's see, I wrote your sanity down in a different place, of course, because I didn't have this printed out yet.
And my
Very cool.
sanity is.
It was like 64 34, I think. So now it's about 60. So you've got to be careful. Don't learn too much magic or see too many things, or you lose it completely.
Okay, so that's I'm particularly vulnerable for in this Cthulhu environment, huh?
The
And
good rule of thumb.
oh,
Yeah.
and by the way, you both have -1 luck as the heroes.
No.
Oh, anything could happen
Remember
to
that.
us.
You got to remember that when you roll a luck roll. I'm not going to remind you
Okay.
every time because I may forget. But remember, you have a luck roll of -1.
Hmm.
-1 luck.
Okay.
All heroes are lucky, as you may have noticed from
I've noticed.
your viewing and reading pleasures. Okay. All right. So this particular protection sign, only works against things from the Black Star,
Okay.
which you'll learn about more as we go. I gave you a boring lecture about it the last time. So I don't want to, I get overwhelmed when I'm reading too much stuff. So I won't do that to you. So a little bit at a time, and then you'll start forming a picture because it is, thought out a bit. And what this does will only work against denizens from the Black Star.
Okay.
And you're a little hazy about what the Black Star is. I did tell you the last time. And by the way, I watched the whole episode the last episode. And
Yeah, you felt like we did very well, and I was I didn't
you.
watch it myself. I wasn't I wasn't sure
I
if
was
we did
going
well
on
or
and
not.
on. Oh, excuse me 1 second.
Okay.
It's hot here today. Put the fan on. I don't have air in this room.
So you've got plenty to do tomorrow, huh? Don't you, Scott? You got to celebrate, do stuff.
Yeah, I actually took off work tomorrow. I only had to work 30 minutes, and so I went ahead and took off. I got to go to a meeting. My mom is in charge of the committee for the 100th anniversary of our church.
Oh my!
She wants me to go to the meeting, and it's the last one before the celebration. And she's stressed out about it. So I'm going to go and help.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's
I'm going downtown in the morning if it doesn't rain, but.
Yeah, I you know what I kind of liked Mario's visual of the pit that we did a practice run with.
Yeah, I know it's coming up, so I'm planning on having some kind of
So are you going to do us with the hotel visual in some way
it
or
won't be
other,
too
or not?
complicated though. Don't expect too much there. I'm not going to create.
No. I like it simple. I like it simple.
But you'll know where your guys are in relation to anything they have to confront.
Okay.
That's good.
You have that.
So we've learned 2 spells now.
Right.
So is it the
And
next morning?
Scott, you didn't roll your D4.
Oh, I didn't know I had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you lose for Saturday.
Yes, if he rolls high.
I lost 2 points.
Oh, you lost 2 points. So what is it now?
It's 70.
It's 70.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to keep track of that because we don't want to have any accidents. You can always go on vacation if you get in trouble with that, if you get too close to losing it, or become a crazy magic user.
That appeals.
What do we have sidekicks for if we aren't going to flesh them out?
Well, because basically they may end up being cannon fodder.
Okay, they're like NPGs or whatever.
Well, not NPCs. NPCs are the ones I'm running.
Okay,
non-player characters.
Right.
They are player characters, but they're mostly your disposable guys because there's going to be instances where somebody would have to be dead at the end of it.
Yeah, sure.
And you don't want to lose just like in a movie or a story.
So we each have 3 of those. Okay.
Yeah, someone else always dies. That's
right.
You got to accept that as
And
Yeah.
my thought is that initially it would be faster and more streamlined if you're controlling one character and we can
Right.
walk around the town a little bit and see
Sure.
and get your feet wet a little bit. So we've learned our 2 spells. It's now
Oh, I just wanted to add
yes.
that in my timeline, I do kill off the superheroes. They do die. So
Okay.
I don't want you to be too confident.
Okay, that's good. It should
But
be.
you're not indestructible. You're going to take damage if you get hit, and if you go past your hit points or what the equivalent, your body, you're either dying or dead.
Right. That sounds good.
Okay.
No, I tell you what, you can't play anything.
And those cheery words. Why don't we explore the city, Ellis? Maybe get some. I don't know. Is it lunch?
Okay.
Breakfast, dinner?
Yeah. Well, let's go to some place where.
So we leave the hotel.
Right.
And
Finch has a suggestion before you leave. Before you leave the university, and that is, why don't you go down to the hotel and take a look down there? That's what you wanted to do. There's no reason you couldn't go down earlier.
At the White Point Hotel. In fact, we might as well just all get rooms.
Let's go down there. And it's you said 60 miles away, or am I confused?
Let's say 60 miles away until I find out what it was exactly. And so you can drive down. They have cars, and in fact, you guys would probably have vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Two vehicles. You have your own vehicles.
Yeah.
But how many guys are going into down to? Everybody's going down. Yeah, everybody's going down. Right.
Okay.
That's the point.
So we'll take both cars.
And so you well, it's a couple of hours. What did we say? 60 or 80 miles? What was that?
60.
Near Kingston. Don't say round it out to 60. Okay. So that's going to take you about 30 or 40 miles an hour. How long?
2 hours.
Yes.
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
In the 1930s. Yep.
You're not going to get much faster than that, and you're not trying to break the law. No. So anyway, you okay? So you'll pull up into the courtyard of the hotel.
Okay.
You have the floor plans now, right? Everybody has the floor plans.
I did have a floor plan. I'm going to find it and open it again.
No, wait a minute. I printed out. And I thought you told me I shouldn't have that, or was that?
No, I sent you 2 separately though. I sent you 2 maps separately that you can print out, and that's what I was saying. I'm going to send them to you as. Is
this the one I should have or not have?
That's one you should have. That's one that Finch procured.
Okay, I've got this.
I'm just looking at the other computer over here. And now you could just have a look around the grounds if you want to. Now,
sure.
You left Finch behind, so you guys are in charge now of what you're going to be doing.
Okay, so
we're getting to be. Let's see, you guys left early in the next morning.
Yeah.
And you get there, before noon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's pull in into the parking lot isn't labeled on here. But let's go to the back to this. I don't know what this is, a garden, and check out this stone angel around back, Ellis.
Okay.
Okay, I see it. That's true. They did not. I thought there was another map that showed the floor, but maybe not. Okay. Okay. And I'm sorry for all the.
I thought I dragged everything in here.
That's why I sent a list. I was like,
I just want to take a look in the handouts that you actually have by accident. Okay, they do not give you the parking lot. Well, what's wrong with this game anyway? Okay. All right. No parking, no attention to detail. So there's a parking lot, and I'll say That the parking lot is in where you see where the barn is. You'll park in front of the hotel, left of the barn.
Okay.
Now, do you want me to pull up a map, Ellis?
Oh,
Or did you find it?
I did not find my own map, and I know I had it one time because I was the one sharing it. I'm trying to work across with two computers where it's
Me
easier.
too.
So
Me
it's
too. It's not easy. Okay, so I'm gonna I'll pull it up, and then you can.
well, all this I should have had it ready, I guess, but I
Uh,
didn't.
I don't blame you. I have to tune in. I have to do a lot of stuff before I can tune in.
I actually I can remember off on the right was the water front, and toward the north was where we were going to have the auction, I think, and or the
You
big,
studied it, yeah.
yeah, the big study or wherever. I
Okay. Do
think.
you want to show my screen
Sure.
and then you could see the map
Okay.
of the surrounding.
Okay. So if I hit present and I say, well,
Oh, I
no,
need to do that. I need
okay,
to do that.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Present, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Present.
yeah.
And
Oh, wait a second. It's on the newer computer. Wait a second.
yes.
I think I've got it. Oh, I got it. It
Oh, you
just now
got it?
came up the
Okay.
first thing I
All
clicked
right.
on. It was, yeah, ZZ Pulp Scenario Handouts.
Oh, yeah. Delete that. Delete
Well,
that.
well, no, it's good. It says the White Point Hotel internal floor plan. I get
Now,
it.
it is just that?
Well, and that is all it's got. It is not the
Oh,
map.
okay. Scott, you might have deleted. Are you sure you had all the maps in that one I asked you to delete? I may have, maybe it was
No,
the same
I
time.
think all that it was this one. I think Mario.
Oh, okay. So
I
then,
didn't. I didn't.
I thought it was the whole book. There's a whole book, and I thought I
Oh,
accidentally
okay.
sent it out. Evidently, I didn't. Okay. It kept the title. I should have changed the title. I didn't.
It happens.
So, okay. So you're all looking at the map. We're all looking at the map.
Yes.
So you guys tell me what you're doing.
Okay. So we are in the actual hotel ourselves. We've arrived
Well,
in the parking lot.
you're in the parking lot. You guys drove up. What are you going to do?
We're gonna let's get out and look at that stone angel. See what that's all about.
Okay.
That was in the description of that Finch procured for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's somehow got the floor plans for the hotel. And so you mosey around to the back. There's an
Yes.
open fence there. Actually, there's a stone wall around it, and there's an opening in it to enter. And you wander up to the stone angel. It's kind of gray, kind of a mysterious-looking stone made out of some kind of mysterious-looking stone. And the eyes seem to almost gleam.
Oh.
Cool.
How big is it, Mario? How tall is it? Do you know?
It's about 12 feet tall.
Okay, it's not life size. It's bigger than life.
So since I asked Dickie Green, I say, Dickie, hop up on my shoulders and see if you can examine what's going on with those eyes, why they gleam like they do. So Dickie is going to climb up on my shoulders.
Okay, because there is a 4-foot stand as well, so it's like 18 feet high altogether.
Oh, he's not
big
going to
wingspan. The wingspan's probably about 20 feet.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I examined the base of the statue. Is there anything unusual about the base? Any kind of is it smooth? Has it got carvings on it?
Well, I'm going to have to make a die roll.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the. Actually, I have dice. Actually, you roll the dice for me. Just tell me what the roll is.
20.
A D20.
Okay. It's a 6.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't bode well. Okay, so he climbs up onto the stand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he feels like that stone has a kind of a slick.
Mm.
You better roll a
And it's
coordination roll.
Coordination. Dickie's got 13 coordination.
Okay.
You rolled a 7.
He rolls a 7, so he scrambles up there. He gets up on the stand. It's kind of slippery. That's
Is
strange
Is
looking
it wet?
stone.
He kind of feels it. Is it
Not
oily or?
wet. It's not wet, but it's somehow slimy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it? Can he tell where the slime is coming from? Does it come from the statue, or is it?
Yeah, it's the surface of the statue.
Hmm.
There is a kind of greenish tinge to it, too.
He's going to
Which-
taste it.
I like that.
Taste
Dickie,
it? He's going to taste it?
don't taste that.
Like how like you used to do with antifreeze. He's going to stick it in his finger.
Never did that.
Okay. I forget what movie I was watching the other day where someone did that. They did a taste test on something. It's like, don't put that in your mouth.
Well, there's an
So-
oh God, a terribly infantile joke which I'll be happy to share.
Okay.
Please do.
3 boys are walking down the street, and one of them stops and says, "Wait, that looks like dog doo-doo."
Uh-huh.
And one reaches over and touches it, and he says, "Yeah, it feels like dog doo-doo." The other one picks it up and smells it, says, "Yeah, it smells like dog doo-doo." And then the third one picks it up and looks and he says, "Yeah, it even tastes like dog doo-doo. Good thing we didn't step in it." It's sad.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. I can see kids that accidentally watch this show repeating that story
story.
for all time. Because that is a story. It's not a joke. It actually happened to Mario. No. No, I'm kidding.
I was the first guy,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
not
you
the
want to
third guy.
You want to be the first guy.
be
Okay, back to the statue.
Back
I'm
to this.
So
intrigued.
what is the Viper doing? What's the Viper doing?
The Viper is looking up and saying, slime, don't put that in your mouth.
Dickie goes, "You think so? I don't know." So Dickie decides
To
that the
taste
Viper
it.
convinces him not to.
What does it taste like then? Have you ever encountered the taste before?
Tastes like dog doo doo.
The slime tastes like dog doo-doo. That's the way he describes it?
Well, he says it tastes. I don't
Okay,
know.
he's going to be the first to go.
Okay, he doesn't have enough brain power to last.
Done.
Well, what does the Viper think as he sees this guy that has gone to the trouble of going up, and Dickie's already, so he's encountered slime on his climb.
Slime on his climb.
Yep. So he's up there, and maybe
slime on
he's
the
got a
climb.
little bit of, does he have some gear on himself that he's up there looking at it like a window
You-
washer would, or what?
You would tell
I mean,
me.
is he-
What is he packing?
Well, I was letting Scott tell me if Dickie's up there pretty secure or just kind of like barely hanging on.
Well, he passed his roll, but he is standing on a slick surface.
Okay.
He's a little slick, yeah. And well, what else is he doing? Anything else?
Oh, you know what? Dickie has a bullwhip.
He only
Oh,
comes
there you
up to
go.
he only comes up to the knee of the statue.
Wow. So if he whips, can he catch like on an arm or something maybe and pull himself up higher?
The wings. Yeah,
Yeah.
The wings? Could he try that?
yeah,
What
sure.
would that be? A coordination roll?
Yeah, and it's a pretty static one, so I don't even think you have to roll.
Oh, okay.
The
So you got a
statue's
10.
not
You got a
moving.
10.
Not moving. But to catch it where it'll pull him up.
Pull,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for that. Yeah,
And
that's
he's- Okay.
his coordination. Okay.
Okay, so now
Or his whip skill, whichever he has.
he's got he rolled a 10.
He's about to try this whip. Go ahead. Try
Okay,
it.
10's
That's
good.
the whip, and
He
he's
got
got
it.
okay, he's gonna pull
Test
himself up. What should he roll?
Well, he's got to roll under his coordination.
Oh, okay. Oh, he didn't. He rolled a 19.
He rolled above
He
it.
failed. Well,
rolled Yeah, he failed. So
he started halfway up and
Okay,
fell
he's
back
starting
down.
to lose his balance. You better roll that coordination again.
Okay, let me try it again. Okay, he rolled a 9.
Okay, so he manages to steady himself and stays on the statue.
Okay.
The
Can he-
stone is so slick, it's not helping his roll. So now you're going to be at -4.
Okay, yeah, he's
What
got
what do- what
all over
what
his feet.
posture is this?
He's gonna try it one more time.
The statue's arms are at its side, but the wings
Okay.
are out. They're very
Okay.
wide.
All
20,
right.
almost 20 feet.
He failed again. He rolled a 12, but he's got 13. So, and you said
Okay. Okay.
So
he
failed.
falls off the stand.
No. Does he take damage?
Well, let's roll a d6.
Okay.
D6.
2. Okay, so
He's okay.
He's got bruised. 1d4 damage.
Okay. A 1d4? Okay.
Yeah.
3.
All right, so he's going to be limping around for a while. Nothing too serious there.
Okay.
So he's not our guy
His
for
bullwhip is
investigating
still
the
wrapped
angel.
around there. His bullwhip is still wrapped around there.
No, it came loose. Remember?
Oh, it came loose? Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't stick.
Good.
Yeah, he got halfway.
Yeah, so
down.
on any other rolls, he's going to be at -3 for a while. Like coordination rolls, not mine, but his coordination rolls are going to be at -3 because he's been injured. He's limping.
Okay.
He was lucky that's only 4-foot fall, but
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
he didn't jump. He fell.
Right. Well, sometimes you got to try stuff.
Oh, I agree. I think you're doing well.
Okay, Ellis, what do you want to do? I've kind of given it a shot.
Oh, that was your turn. Okay. I will send my guy up, which is let me look at him again. I had him open here just a second ago.
But does he have something he can get up there with?
Well, that's the deal. I think I've got somebody that does have something. Oops, don't want that one. Here we go. Nope, that ain't it. Ah, here we go. I've got these here hero sidekicks. Character sheet. Sorry, I've got this here we go. Let me close this. You know what? I think it's one of those things where I got the beach ball going. Okay. Let's see if I got somebody else over here that I can use for reference.
Are you going to climb? He's going to attempt to climb again.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, but I can't figure out who he is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got him. Right here out in front of me. Mickey Sparks O'Rourke. And he's going to climb. I used to have all this, like I say, I got the beach ball going, so I can't investigate anything but what's right in front of my face right now about him. But he's a good, solid guy. He's a mechanic. I don't know what he's got in terms of like toolkits, but he always has tools. So he's got a good pair of gloves and
You can certainly get rope from the car.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's what he's going to do. He's going to try basically a what do you call it? Move with a rope with a weight at the end of it. Try to go around the head and have everybody that's still on the ground pull him up. He's got enough rope that he's going to do a boomerang move around the angel's neck.
Like a pulley.
You guys are going to pulley him up so he doesn't have to do that.
Okay.
Say,
describe what you're doing. Okay, and by the way,
I'm going to.
You sort of both have to make kind of a list of what you do have.
Okay.
So we can't just keep pulling stuff out of the air.
Okay.
So
Sparks is basically.
But I'll allow that the rope with the hook or whatever.
Sparks is pulled out a big bunch of rope and a tire iron, and he's tied the tire iron to the rope, and he makes a.
Does he get tired?
Tired iron. Wow, you're reacting to my pronunciation skills, which don't get used on anything but cats.
Not at all. I was reaching there, and not too well either.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to basically You know what? He's a bit of a cowboy, isn't he? A little bit. You know
Right.
what? I ought to hand the rope to my
Right. He'd have
new
an
pal,
advantage. Yep.
the Oklahoma kid there. What's his
Oh,
name?
there
Oh,
you go.
I ought to
okay.
hand it. Yeah, as far as a collaborative thing, he says,
I
here.
threw many a lasso in my life.
Yeah,
Let me give it a whirl.
yeah. Try to lasso that head. That's not much of a you.
Well, I'm trying to
You can
get it
hit a.
over so we can pull him up, right? I mean, I just got to get it over.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
because you're going to
Oh,
do
you
a
know what?
pulley. Yeah.
Over is just fine. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about it needed a boomerang. It just needs to go over.
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, anybody can do that.
Well, then do it then.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
if you
going
don't
to do.
like the
You want
way
me
I
to
do
throw
things, do it
which
yourself.
Yeah,
dice do I
exactly.
roll? Which
You don't
dice?
appreciate my Western skills. You can do it yourself there, City
Yeah.
Slicker.
Which dice do I roll on whether or not I do it?
D20.
There we go.
Well, I think that's a static throw.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
most adults could throw.
Sure.
Let's see, it's 12 and 4 is 18.
Sure.
Or 16,
Yeah.
I mean, 16.
Oh yeah.
My
You can
math
throw
is
anything over there. I could throw something
16
over a
feet. Yeah.
roof.
So, and
Yeah.
you said you're tied to a tire iron.
Or
Yeah.
something weighty. What's
Something
more
weighty.
likely?
Well, that's
Tire
fine.
iron.
Tire iron. Yeah,
Tire
yeah.
iron's fine.
With those star wrenches.
Pretty
Yeah,
much
sure.
it goes over. And when it does, you hear a scream, a blood-curdling scream, woman scream.
Oh, cool. Well,
And you turn around because that's where the scream comes from.
okay.
Oh,
And there's a woman there, dressed in sort of a dressy outfit.
Okay.
And she starts screaming at you. What are you doing? Are you defacing the statue?
What do you say, Ellis?
I'll let the Viper handle this one. He shoots her between the eyes. No, I'm
What?
just kidding.
I think one of the things we need to do is be discreet.
He's got his
Yeah, gunshot.
he uses that
Right.
spell and he realizes she's not who she seems to be. And
Wait, what?
No,
What?
I said that spell that reveals the secret, the
mean,
invisible characters.
She's
I don't know.
she's
What would
visible, and she
Yeah, she's
looks like
visible.
she might work for the hotel.
So,
Okay.
what do you do, Ellis?
Well, I light a cigarette. I say, well, actually, we're here to.
Well, get that rope off that statue right now, or I'll call the police.
Okay, we are the police, ma'am.
Let me see your badges.
We don't need no stinking badges. No, okay, never mind.
One of the greatest movies.
Yeah.
Incidentally.
Oh, it is a great movie when you think it's his first one, or maybe that was his second one.
Early on.
Yeah, very early.
Mario, I step in and I say,
Okay, go ahead.
ma'am, you're completely misunderstanding. We're here to do some maintenance work on the statue. It needs to be cleaned. Look how bad the base is, how slick and it is. We're here to clean it. We're just going to
Nonsense, young man. I know if I hire the people that come here to work. Get out of the garden right now, or I'm calling the police.
Ma'am, okay, but I think you're confused. We're subcontractors. You don't know.
There's no confusion. I hire contractors to clean here. I'm the hotel manager.
Ma'am,
Assistant manager, anyway.
you may be the assistant manager to the assistant manager, but all I know is we were hired to come out here. But if you want us to leave, we'll certainly
I
do it.
certainly do.
Well, what
Right
is your
now.
name? What is your name, ma'am, so that I can make sure that we get paid?
Rebecca Joshua.
Rebecca Joshua.
You said you're the assistant manager? You're not the owner, right?
No,
Are you sure? You kind of look like you would own a hotel.
I don't own the hotel. Would you please leave?
Yes, ma'am. Rebecca John, we're gonna file the appropriate paperwork and you can pay our boss. And you can hire someone else to do this.
Oh, nonsense. Who do you think you're fooling? Are you guests here?
No, ma'am, we're workers. I told you, we're here. We're workers.
And who did you speak to?
I spoke to the owner.
We are going to have to shoot her. We've got too many lies going on. It's just, Because we've got
Oklahoma's
to check
digging a
in.
hole.
We got to check into the
we
hotel. We
didn't
can't
speak to
dig
anybody.
it too
I
deep.
told you, we're subcontractors.
Okay, that's it. Final. I'm calling the police, and she turns around and starts walking back towards the hotel.
Okay.
I shoot her.
We got it.
I
that's
think
very funny.
someone needs
But
But
to
if
I-
you do that, that's going to sort of throw a monkey wrench into your investigations,
We need to. Okay, we need
and
to.
you're going to probably have to leave the state quickly.
Yeah. We're going to have to dart her with an anesthetic. Does anybody got
Okay,
that
so-
capability? Someone got a blowgun?
Let's go back to the car. Let's gather up all our stuff, and we'll go back to the car.
So we're
Now
going
what
to
do we
let
do,
her scare us off, huh? Okay.
Back to you.
I say, ma'am, come back here. I have
Actually,
I have
we
an
have-
alternative
Yeah,
notion.
we're good.
We were lying to you, ma'am.
Oh,
I have some money, and I have quite a bit of money. Is there perhaps
what business do you have with the statue?
I will make that my own business when I show you. You tell me what makes it my business. I'll tell you when I think the amount is too much. What would it cost to let you turn around and leave us to our business?
Okay, now I'm going to.
So I'm going to throw my weight around as a guy that's got a few bucks.
All right, roll a d6.
D6 and see if it works, huh?
Remember, you're -1.
I'm -1 already. I'm 5. I didn't make it, did I?
She
Yeah, I
goes,
didn't.
"Are you trying to bribe me?"
Yes.
Elspeth, call the police right now.
I just said yes. I am trying to bribe you.
How despicable.
Okay.
As a side note,
I'll have you know, it
trouble we're
usually
downtown.
works. Let me tell you an amount.
Ellis has got us
Did you
thrown
do
out of
that?
more buildings than.
This is 1930.
Right.
The times are hard. How would $500 suit you to let us do a little bit of minor investigation?
Roll a d6 again.
Okay. $500. 3.
I hope it's
Oh, that puts you down to 2. Her eyes widen,
Ah,
and she looks around and see if any of the staff are watching, which they're not. And she opens up her hand.
yeah. She's ready for some money. You bet.
Yeah.
Are you
So
going to give her some money?
Yeah, I give her the money. Says, put that on my tab. No,
No, if
for
it's your
when I
tab,
check
then
in.
it's not a bribe.
No, I know. I bribe her. I've got the money on me. I tell Mickey, give her the $500. Yeah, okay, boss. Whatever
There you
he
go.
sounds like.
That's
So
what it's like. Okay. That's good.
Okay.
So
So
I
that
ask-
adventure occurred.
I ask her, I say,
Okay.
"We're-
Do
we're-
whatever you're doing out there, but do not destroy the statue,
It
or
will
it'll
not
be my job.
Okay.
No, ma'am. So
By the way, there's
Ask her
very
a couple
few
of
people.
questions before
It's
she
out of
goes.
season. It's out of season.
so there's not a lot of people there.
No.
How old is this statue, ma'am, if you mind my asking?
No, I forgot to take dice out. Scott, roll a d6 for me, please.
Okay. You rolled a 3.
3. Okay. She goes, I know very little about the statue. It was here when I started
Okay.
Do you know anything about the auction?
7 years ago.
Do you know
What's
anything
that?
about the auction? Do you know anything about the auction that's
The
coming up?
auction's in about a week and a half.
Do you know anything about the object that's being auctioned off?
I don't know that. I know who's handling it. The lawyer that's handling it, Wade is his name.
Okay.
We represent a party that's interested in attending the auction, and they would actually like us to come and just look around for security reasons to see if things will be safe. They'll have a lot of money on them. Could we get in the room where the auction's going to be? Maybe look around just a little bit. We won't damage anything. We won't climb on anything.
Yes, I can give you the
What?
schedule. Go ahead.
Ooh, yeah, we could stay in that schedule.
Let's see
Yeah, that'd be good.
And an attendance list if you have it. An invitation list if you have it.
I did send you the
Yeah,
attendance.
we got the attendance list.
Oh, okay. The attendee list is around here somewhere. If my stuff ever quits giving me a blue beach ball, I've got to go to my activity monitor and shut a few things down, it looks like.
Right now, I'm going to send you the schedule of the auction.
Just close some of these bad actors.
God bless. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
I don't see anything telling me it's not working. Ah, there we go.
Oops.
There. Now I'd have to start all over again on clicking stuff. I think I'll just leave it alone for tonight.
Okay, send.
I'll organize myself next time because I'm getting into it now. I get it.
We're both.
I am
we've
been at it 56 minutes, and I think it was pretty good this time. I think we
It's going to get better. You'll see.
we rolled out. We acted as a unit, and we're up to something now. Are we done with the statue, or was that going to get more interesting if we pursued it?
Who
He
knows?
can't tell us. We don't know, Ellis.
Okay.
I did send you that. I sent you the schedule of the auction, which she gave you.
Okay.
Her name is Rachel. I said
Rachel.
something else before. Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
She's an assistant hotel manager.
All right.
She said.
And you know what? I'm not entirely sure the Viper's rich or not. I think he was. I think that was
He
one
was.
of his attributes. I may have given up my for the my salary for the next 2 weeks.
Maybe that could be another connection you have. You're both being financed by what's his name, Vanderbilt,
yeah.
Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Part of my per diem for this, yes.
No, well, just whenever you need money.
Yeah.
He was hanging out with Oklahoma Smith for a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
Past adventures.
We had a gold mine together.
And he's invested in a gold mine. You could let Scott pay for everything.
Oh yes. Yes, I don't know what I was thinking.
But he would finance the Viper as well. So
yeah,
so you've got money too. You don't have to work within reason. If you were to buy a yacht, you couldn't just say, "Here's $1 million that I just happen to have in my back pocket."
But
and of course that was the kind of grease that Doc Savage always had too. He was, he had a gold mine that a bunch of guys that didn't value gold were filling the donkeys up with and bringing it over the mountain. And
no, they weren't filling up the donkeys. They were filling up the bags on the donkeys.
Not bags on the donkeys. And Doc Savage was putting it straight in his pockets. It's like those poor.
You've read the Philip Jose Farmer book about Doc Savage?
I just know that well enough to know that he tackled it and that Richard Corben did the illustrations.
Yeah.
Wait, Richard. What?
Feast.
You're thinking of Feast Unknown, but I'm talking about the
apocalyptic life.
Yes, that's right. The apocalyptic what?
It's Doc Savage, his apocalyptic life.
That's correct.
I gotta look that up. And
it's like the
that's a good one.
Of
that was worth reading. Worth reading.
Yeah, yes, it has all the. It talks about the backgrounds on all of his
everything he does.
Everything you want to know about
his setup, his building, how he gets down to the boat. Floor plan. I think maybe even floor plan.
Yeah, there's floor plans of his. He was, and some of the stuff they didn't say, like he's in the Empire State Building, but Philip Jose Farmer goes in and says, "Well, in this story, he talks about this."
Chrysler Building.
More likely, huh?
I thought it was the Empire State Building. Either way, whatever he's in, It's been a while. I haven't read it since I was a kid.
Yeah, you probably couldn't read it now.
I don't know. Big influence.
Oh
on me.
yeah. You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
The Kenneth Robeson or Lester Dent. The guy was a good pulp author. I've read some other stuff he did. Honey in His Mouth is a good little pulp adventure of a kind of a Jim Thompson kind of
Oh, really?
I've got
dark kind of characters.
my friend
What's that?
Dave.
A Taste of Honey? Okay.
Yeah, a taste of honey maybe, or honey. I think it's called Honey in His Mouth.
My friend Dave has all of the Doc Savage paperbacks, and I have probably about half of them.
I have a
But
few.
yeah,
I'm not crazy about the author, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was a competent guy, and of
Back
course
then.
he was the one that was chunking them out. He would be the equivalent of the guy that did all the shadows, right? That wasn't
well,
necessarily.
the guy did the Shadow did more.
Not high literature, but
It's not high literature,
good
but
stuff.
I have most of those. The
Fun
Shadow.
stuff.
Now those are the kind of things that I don't even think a guy would even have an outline after he'd done the first three. He'd just know right where he was going. I would imagine you just
Well, so the
Same
Shadow.
with Rice Burroughs, yeah.
He was writing two of the pulp adventures a month, so yeah, there wasn't a lot of time to.
I always found it pretty interesting because these are, those are well written, the Perry Mason stories, but he what do you call it, where you have he had a secretary taking dictation for how he wrote. That's
Earl
how he
Stanley
wrote.
Gardner, right?
Yeah, Earl Stanley Gardner.
Yeah,
That's how
I
he
got
wrote.
quite a few of those. I was really into those back like in the 90s.
They're well written.
I read a ton of
They're
them.
well
Yeah,
written.
they're good.
Well, you guys did a good job. You each get, and you want to write this down, everything in pencil because you're going to erase and change.
Okay.
One
Right.
reward point.
What's that?
One reward point.
Okay.
And I'll send you an explanation of what you can do with that.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, that was good. I think we did good, and I guess anybody else that finds RPGs interesting, I'm going to edit this video and give it better titles and add some extra stuff. Anybody want me to add some sort of special link to it? I've got Scott's webpage already that always, is part of the data I add to.
I did. I will say this. I just recorded a YouTube video. I'm trying to get it uploaded, but I recorded a YouTube video last night about how to break into comics the old school way, where I talk about back in the 90s how when I would send in submissions and the process of mailing them, and I talk about some of the resources I used. I thought it might be kind of an interesting historical.
You did a good job.
Sure. That'd be great. I think people would compare it to nowadays, where it's like, hey, there is no gatekeeper. I can do anything I want to. And
yeah, well, now it's go on Twitter and post your art or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck selling it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Good. Well, that's always been true of anybody that went indie, and even if you worked for the comic book companies, you weren't going to make any money.
Yeah.
No.
All these poor guys that died poor. I'm poor guys that died poor. Okay, guys, you ready? You guys ready to call it a night?
Well, that's the price you pay for being an artist. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems to be. So
unless you guys want to, okay. Well, I'll end the stream then.
I got to get back.
Yeah.
Okay.